So, I'm mostly in a headspace and wanted to start a video because I'm thinking about just kind of taking inventory of my life over this last year and feeling pretty good about it. Good about like where I'm at right now. I just renewed my driver's license, and the picture that I had on my license was a few years old. Does not look like this person. And so I was really looking forward to updating the picture. And I just moved and stuff like that. Just kind of wanted to get everything updated. But I was not prepared for how I felt when they sent me out with that print off, just like a piece of paper that's like your temporary ID, and my picture on there, and I hadn't seen like me with a beard on any official documents before. And I got something in my teeth. It looks like poppy seed. I wonder how long that was in there. No one was gonna say anything until I saw it on camera. Sorry, y'all had to watch that. It's still not out. Anyway, I got this picture of myself, and it's like grainy and black and white and stuff. And but I was just like, who is he? Like, I was so fucking happy. And it was just a really cool experience. I'm looking forward to like actually getting my proper ID in the mail. Come on now. I love poppy seeds, man, but like, I like them on my rice. Like sesame seeds and poppy seeds on my rice. They stick in my teeth real bad. But I was just thinking, like, I'm so fucking happy about, seeing myself like that. It's feeling more permanent, because, even this most recent job that I started, the job that I'm at now, which I started about 3 months ago, I still just like, my self-concept was, I still, in times of stress, I was still very much showing up with kind of the old models of female energy that I was used to tapping into to navigate situations. And I still very much, is a little bit of that unsure imposter syndrome kind of stuff, which I'm really curious if I would imagine other trans people experience that, like a level of imposter syndrome when you start passing or when you go to like a new environment and everyone just takes it for granted that you're that gender, and they have no questions, and you're just like, really? Like, and I've been experiencing that over the last year. I did all my job hopping, and every job I started wasn't an issue. I was just that guy and him and he, and I was just like, oh, they talking about me. And unfortunately, even like during this last year, some women have a habit of kind of minimizing your masculine traits, I don't know, always know why. I guess it gives them a leg up or something. No one was as bad as my old roommate. So that was something, that was 5 minutes in. Cool. We're getting to a point. Oh, man. I haven't drank all week. And it's afternoon, but it's like, I kind of like having like that afternoon beer like once a week, once every couple weeks. Just like in the middle of a day off, just have a beer while you're kind of changing gears. And I'm about to just be in like project mode for the rest of the day, which I am so fucking happy. Like that's where I want to live. And I get to do it for a few hours a week. I really need to work on fundraising. Anyway, I was coming home thinking about how cool I got the rest of the evening, the rest of the day kind of carved out for myself, slash, I can be in Mad Hatter mode. Time doesn't need to exist. It'll get dark. It'll get dark in like 2 hours because it's December. We're approaching the solstice, approaching the shortest day, the darkest day. But I was so stoked about my driver's license picture, and I don't think a Zen pouch is gonna work while I'm doing a video. I've cut down on vape a whole lot. Sorry. I've cut down on vape a whole lot, and part of what helps that go smoothly is picking up the pouches to an extent. I'm hoping I can become the person who just, primarily uses the pouches, but not that much. That's the next step where I'd like to go on my addiction with nicotine. Because it's just a lot less obnoxious. I'd like to give my lungs a break. So, I was thinking about how a little over a year ago, today is December 18th. Does anyone else find it like oddly kind of like ASMR soothing when people just do natural life stuff, like get distracted or eat or take a drink or blow their nose or something? It's always like that. We're so isolated in our society, in our culture, and I think that's something that Mr. Rogers was doing. He was creating this like space of like, this is what the living room could feel like. And he was inviting us to step into that living room with him. I actually hated Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. I was not a fan. And I was not a fan until my 30s. I disliked him for the same reason that I made my psyche stop giving me good dreams when I was a small child, because it was too different from what life was. And I was too upset about it and unable to be able to balance that. And so it just made me upset. Anyway, a little over a year ago, on November 2nd, I had sat down with the person that I've been friends with for about 14 years and had lived with for about three and a half. And we had been fighting in a way that we hadn't fought before. And it had already felt kind of unsafe and unstable for quite a while. We just renewed the lease a couple months earlier, too. Because I had hope. It's hard for me to become loyal, but when I am loyal, there's a lot of hope that we'll work it out. So we had sat down on November 2nd of last year, and I've finally told her clearly with words that I had given up on the friendship. And that carried a lot of weight for me, because, we've been friends for so long, and we've been through a lot of stuff together. And it was important for me to be able to tell her, it's like, hey, I'm still in this situation with you, but I've given up on it getting better. I needed you to know that. And it's like, this isn't a friendship. This hasn't been a friendship for a while. She wanted examples. I like giving examples. I had examples of like, this happened and this is how you responded. And so like, and that's where that left me. And, it was a hard thing to do, and people don't talk about losing their close friends. For me, and like, nobody else in my life was really close to me at the time and could understand or appreciate it. No one who was, a decade younger than me gave a shit about this like 35-year-old's roommate relationship or whatever. And I'm over here knowing like, this asshole is the closest thing I've had to family in my adulthood. And I've had to tell her to her face that I've given up on her as a person and as a friend. And I knew that I still had 10 months left on the lease. And I wasn't sure how all that would go. So that was a year ago. 13 months ago. And I'm trying to walk this line lately on like a spiritual and psychological level, and just like how I treat things and approach things that you hear in Buddhism a lot, just like accepting the impermanence of everything. And I always had a hard time with that. And it wasn't until, I probably wouldn't have been able to figure that out until this last year anyway. I wasn't going to be able to come to peace with the whole like impermanence thing until I had worked through my scarcity trauma. You can't be okay with things being impermanent when every fiber of your being has been built up to fight if you start running low on anything that you need. More later. It looks like my camera is about to go out, but stay regulated,